Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about demonstrative adjectives, and we use these in Spanish, or in English even, when we're pointing out someone or something. To begin, you'll use demonstrative adjectives before a noun to point out an object's location in relation to yourself. For some examples here, in general, in English we do this all the time. Let's say we have a little person here and they just went to Chipotle. So if they wanted to say this burrito, that's a demonstrative adjective. If they want to say that burrito, also demonstrative adjectives. And then lastly, if they want to say that burrito over there, like across the room, that's also demonstrative adjectives. So, what we need to look for when we're using these. First, we have to look for close and nearby objects. In those cases, we'll use things like this or these. And a word you can look for is aquí, or here. And if you see that word, then you know that this object is close by. For the words we can use, singular objects, the singular and masculine form, este vaso, this glass. The singular and feminine version, esta mesa, this table. For plural objects, first up, like if we wanted to say these, estos, for the masculine and plural version, estos vasos, these glasses. And then for plural and feminine, estas mesas, these tables. So, using our example from before, este burrito, this burrito. Now, if you were to practice just using those, we want to make sure these always agree in number and gender. We've talked about this a lot before this year, whether we're using the adjectives, making sure they agree with nouns, whether it's the articles. Once again, we have to be very careful with this. So, using este, esta, estos, or estas, let's see what we can come up with here. You can pause the video at this time and try these out either on a piece of paper or at least in your head. Este mantel, esta pimienta, estos cuchillos, estas servilletas. How'd you guys do? With these, again, we have to look very closely. First, deciding, is this singular or plural? You'll notice up here, we used este mantel for a singular and masculine example. Esta pimienta, singular feminine example. That's why we had an A here instead of an E. Now for our plural examples, our plural and masculine example, cuchillos, estos cuchillos. And then for our plural and feminine example, estas servilletas. So, those were the ones that are closer. What about objects that are farther away, such as that and those? If we see the word allí, which means there, that can help us figure this out. So, for singular and masculine objects, our demonstrative adjective we'll use is ese vaso. For the singular and feminine version, esa mesa. For those, but plural objects now, plural and masculine, esos vasos, those glasses. And for plural and feminine versions, esas mesas, those tables. So, we already talked about this burrito, este burrito. We can go then to that burrito, ese burrito. Now, let's do some practice. Once again, still remember that number and gender. I'm putting these examples up here again. This would be a great time for you to pause the video and try these on your own. Now let's go over the answers. First up, silla, esa silla. Again, this is singular and feminine. Libro, ese libro, masculine and singular. Next up, chicos, esos chicos. Y finalmente, number 4, artistas, esas artistas, feminine plural. How'd you do on those? Hopefully this is making sense, especially as it really comes down to that number and gender agreement. Always remember, this is a little fun rule or rhyme, I guess, for you. This and these have T's, that and those don't. So if you're describing something very close by, make sure there's a T in it. If you're not describing something close by, it will not have a T. Now, the last category to address is objects that are farther away, such as that over there and those over there. So if you see the word allá, that means over there, and that's for something that's even farther away, not just there, but over there. So for singular objects, aquel, for the masculine version and also singular, aquel vaso. And then aquella, that's the singular and feminine version, aquella mesa. For plural, those over there, aquellos, for the masculine and plural version, aquellos vasos. And then aquellas for the plural and feminine version, aquellas mesas. So we've already talked about este burrito, ese burrito. Now for that over there, aquel burrito. Let's do some practice. Remember, don't forget that number and gender agreement. Once again, this would be a great time for you to pause the video to try these on your own. Número 1. Computadora, aquella computadora. Número 2. Perro, aquel perro. Número 3. Gatos, aquellos gatos. Número 4. Casas, aquellas casas. With these once again, número 1, computadora, singular and feminine. For número 2, for perro, that is masculine and singular. For número 3, gatos, plural and masculine. And número 4, casas, also plural but feminine. So really, that's honestly how you make those decisions. And that is the conclusion of this particular slideshow. You can proceed at this point into the practice activities that are on the grid.